Hey everyone, hope everyone's doing okay and staying safe. Just walking past City Hall here, literally the area I was actually walking past when a snowstorm was hitting. We're close to it, one of them at least. Unexpectedly, it was supposed to actually rain all day today, or at least most of it. But instead, nice skies. You should actually see the view from the river, actually, over the river. And it is about freaking 50 degrees here. And I was actually on the phone earlier today and even yesterday from people out in the Midwest, Kansas, Missouri, good old Michigan as well too. And geez, it is freaking cold there too. I heard even Texas got hit with snow. I got a family member who sometimes spends some time there with a loved one, and I had to reach out to her just to make sure things are okay. That's the kind of weather some places are just not really ready for. And I had a friend out in Texas many years ago who was completely surprised to take pictures in front of her house in the snow. So unfortunately, I have heard that there's a lot of power loss going on there and some other stuff, and I really hope anyone in that area is doing okay. I know there's been some tragedy so far because of the unexpected weather. So again, I hope everyone's doing okay, and I'm really sorry to hear about any bad news or power loss. But yeah, I mean, I have to tell you, it's been a very interesting year so far. Looks like they're doing something here, maybe interviewing people as they leave the building. Who knows what. I already need video equipment. I can always walk by these people and borrow some. No, I'm just kidding. But a little windy. It is 50 degrees. And snow is actually really disappearing. You can actually look at the street over here. Of course, you probably can guess what street this is. This is Broadway, yet again. And no, it's all pretty much going away. Walking to work, it was actually drizzling in the morning in the AM hours. But not a drop now. I'm not going to jinx myself, obviously. Though, again, skies look pretty clear. Pretty amazing structure over there. We used to film a lot of Law and Order episodes there in that area, general area over there. I always want to be one of those episodes, the old-fashioned Law and Order, not the other ones, like Law and Order SUV, as I like to call it. So call me out. I'm always going to call it Law and Order SUV. Law and Order Criminal Intent, Law and Order Paralegal, Law and Order's Kids, who knows what else other freaking shows are. Law and Order's Kids, that'd be nuts. I always wanted to be in one of those episodes as an extra. I actually looked into it just a little bit, and I have a family member who always wanted to be, one of the people that finds the dead bodies. Oh goodness. Oh yeah, let me cross here because there's construction going on over there. I've walked up this freaking block and now I know what to expect. Some ugly looking snow over here. Despite the weather changes, there's still not that many people in the downtown area. And as I said before, working here for many years on the opposite end of Lower Manhattan, but even around this area, you still see a pretty decent amount of people everywhere. But no, even at it's about like the mid PM hours, approaching the evening around a little past 5, and no, streets are pretty much just clear for the most part. People, sidewalks. Less number of cars, even Broadway. There's always a hold up here, but yep. So I thought I'd go ahead and just walk. No weather right now, but just walk north a little bit, maybe hit Canal, hop on the subway, head to Herald Square, and of course end up where. The same location I always like to end up in every video here. Definitely a shout out to anybody else who's than doing walking and talking like this. A few people I'll definitely shout out to when I get the opportunity. Just hit up locations that they've actually shared a joke. Let's see if I can actually pass by. I gotta tell you, every time I see this place, it's a joke with a cousin of mine. I used to always interpret it as pet a manager. I don't know why. Even now, it's a bad habit. And I've actually gotten some friends of mine to stupidly say the same thing. It is actually pretty quiet here. Don't really hear wind, don't really hear weather related stuff, nothing. Just cars and occasional. Actually see the water dripping up from these scaffolding over here. So all that snow that might be on top is definitely melting. So I'm guessing our change should be coming up in another few weeks. So it would probably be like sundown won't be till like 7 p.m. or something. I actually like it when the sun comes down a little. I had to kind of call out that freaking van driver over there because I can't stand when people do that. Like, oh, there's someone about to cross the street, so I'm going to cut him off in a car that will probably kill him. Interesting place here. Reminds me of a place I saw out in Portland. It's actually more like a little antique place though. I actually went to Portland many years ago. Part of a little West Coast trip I took where I visited about 5 or 6 states I've not been to before, including Oregon, and was joined by a close friend of mine from Seattle, and we drove after spending a few days in Seattle for the second time, grabbing some awesome seafood, having a wonderful conversation with a girl from Boston who worked at the Space Needle, so she noticed my Yankee hat on. Yeah, there's definitely some of those characters even there. I'm not even a baseball fan whatsoever. I just have that hat for sentimental value for a really freaking long time. And of course, when someone gets smart ass with me, just gotta go right back at them. But anyway, so we drove down to Portland. She hasn't been there in a long time. And yeah, we got there around the early PM hours, early evening hours. Decided to grab a bite at a particular location, which I'm not going to talk about. It's the first time she's ever been to one of those places. And of course she got hit on. But anyway, you know, we went around a couple of places here, grabbed the usual stuff, Voodoo Donuts, go around sushi places. And we happened to walk by this little old looking antique shop. Kind of resembled that place, even though that's not an antique shop. But we went in, and it's all these like old looking electronics and other stuff, like Americana from like the 50s and 60s. It was an old typewriter that she was able to actually type a little letter on. And she wrote me a letter that I still actually have somewhere. I took a picture of it, and she basically saying, you know, I really hope we can do this again one day, and I'll take you out to Cali, to San Fran, I'll show you everywhere in Cali where I grew up, drive on the one, etc., etc. That actually would have been a really good idea. Still could be a good idea one day. It's a trip I actually look forward to doing one day. Another West Coast trip. So here we are in Canal. I'm gonna hop on the train and show you a little Herald Square. See how things are going there now. Definitely looks much more different than it did the other night. Here right in front of the big Macy's store, the largest apartment store in the world. And up there is the Empire State Building, still shining red after Valentine's Day. Amazing view of this building. Completely forgot to mention, right, this area right here, some years back I was grabbing a nibble with my cousin in K-Town, which is just a block or two away from here, and just walking back, I'm pretty sure they were advertising the dance school that I actually took a couple of salsa classes in just for fun, but they definitely offer a lot more stuff. Over here they had some couples just dancing around, grabbing random people, obviously not grabbing, but you know what I mean, random people in the audience watching, and you know, it was pretty amazing. My cousin just was so tempted to join in, so obviously she knows how to salsa dance better than I do. That was a couple of years ago, so it definitely improved quite a bit. It was actually one of those summertime moments, so to speak. Midtown's definitely a little bit more lively. Not a speck of snow anywhere, so to speak. It's really all just disappeared from this balmy 50-degree weather. Oh, I walked by this place the other day. Damn, do I want a Pokeball. Let's try to cross the street. See if we can actually walk on the opposite side this time. Oh, the city bike station here. This is around, of course, Broadway and 36th Street. You know, I'm like a freaking magnet to this crazy avenue. Those are nice skies back there over the Hudson. Can't imagine what the view is over there. I'll be more happy to walk over there sometime, but by the time I get there, it's probably going to be completely dark. I am so attracted to Broadway for some reason. It's like a magnet. I always end up on Broadway some way. And funny enough, there is a Broadway in Queens too. I'm sure there's a Broadway elsewhere in all the other boroughs. When I lived out of town, and I did live on a Broadway. Not out of town, but here in New York. Broadway is pretty extensive here in Manhattan, and also pretty extensive in Queens too. So when I still actually put down my address from New York when I lived in another place, one girl freaked out. She's like, "Oh my goodness, you live on Broadway?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh, that's so cool, all the Broadway theaters and everything." And humor them, I guess. Yeah, Les Miserables and Rent, it's all like down the block from me. It's like, oh, and then the best line is when they tell me, "Oh, you know, I love New York. I always want to go there." Have you ever been there? No. I want to go to New York so bad. Yeah. You know, I actually saw from a particular airline, one-way tickets like anywhere between $70 and $90. Of course, they had those stupid little fees, but even if you're going to pay a $20 baggage fee, it's still pretty cheap for a one-way. I mean, I've actually seen Amtrak train tickets from like New York to Boston be more expensive than that. Oh yeah, with no rain and snow, you can actually see the lights from the Times Square area far away, even about many blocks away. Let's put it this way, I can actually see this from the air. Let's see if I can actually plug in a picture here of seeing what the Times Square area looks like from air. Whenever I was actually fortunate enough to be in the plane flying almost over or just over the Hudson. Really amazing shots I get. Sure, of course they're all a little blurry, but you get the idea. The only card that gives you karma points. I'm about to get run over by a van. No, I'm not. The Garment District. Got a lot of tables and chairs here. Being with the weather what it is now, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be surprised putting this stuff out there now and seeing people eat, enjoy whatever. Outdoor dining has actually reopened as of about 2 days ago, so I haven't seen some restaurants reopen, bars, locations. Actually looking forward to sometime this week enjoying myself here now and then. A lot of things actually been going on personally in the last few days, and you know, regarding friends and family. And I just want to say, you know, definitely be there for friends and family whenever you can be, and they'll definitely be there for you too. But that's not the reason you want to do it. But unexpectedly, or not really unexpectedly is not the right word, humbly, they will be there for you too. And to all my friends and family watching, I absolutely adore and love you all. And I'm always thinking about you. Up there you can actually see the freaking ball. I gotta be honest, I didn't really watch the ball drop this year. I was up until about, 10 minutes before, and I got completely preoccupied with something else, so I was like, It's a very odd experience, I gotta tell you, this past year. But I mean, as I don't know if I mentioned in other videos, some pretty interesting person I know on LinkedIn said, this will come to pass. So it's definitely lighting on the tunnel, what some people tell me. And I keep hearing from people, oh, looks like this place is closed. No, it's open. Foot Locker. There's some nice kicks on the display over here. There was a comedy show, talk show that I saw. Anna Kendrick, I believe her name is, wearing a nice pair of Nikes and bending them, putting her foot in an angle, and that picture definitely calls him up for her. No. So every time I see a nice pair of sneakers, I remember that. She was such an adorable actress. I actually wouldn't mind meeting her in person. Probably just grab her and run away with her over my shoulder. Anyway. See the fuzzy little friends out today. Oh yeah, definitely more people in the area today. Well, obviously it's warmer, but compared to what it was, let's say, before summer last year, it's a different time, obviously. Over there is actually the Brooklyn Diner. I'm not even sure if that place is still open.
If I didn't go fuck, I'd be like, sure, let's do this.
So I had the subway for one of those films up there. Maybe I'll check it out sometime. I think it's probably on Amazon Prime or something. Hey, the lights are on again for Bubba Gump. So sometime later this week, I believe it is supposed to snow again, so this place will look different once again. The temperature's supposed to come down again. No one's expecting 50 degrees today. Okay, I'm gonna give this a shot. Let's see if this sucker works. Okay. I know somebody, not personally. It would be nice to meet her personally one day, but she has a cute little cane and was walking this area the other night, hitting these buttons, and this thing's supposed to make like a rat-tat-tat-tat-tat kind of sound when you can actually cross. And she takes her cane and aims in the air and starts pretending like she's shooting a gun. Ah yeah, shout out to you. It's actually hilarious. So let's see if this works. Well, there you go. It's gotta be the funniest thing I've seen in days. So much I have to do it myself, but somewhere in Denver, people hung up signs about learning how to freaking drum. And they had a picture of those freaking things, empty tubs and stuff like that. Minnie Mouse just said hello to me. Definitely looking more lively here. Hey, look, some confetti from some confetti from New Year's. Did a little walk here on New Year's. I'll put up a link there. Very short. Even in the morning on New Year's Day, there's still confetti falling down everywhere to some degree. I'm tempted to walk up this block because there's absolutely no traffic here. Of course, I bet one of these cars that's about to pull out, it looks like it's going to pull out. I'll probably get in my way. You can actually see how nice this guy looked. Must have looked literally like 20 minutes ago. A helicopter flying in the background, and Tina. I gotta tell you, I really was in the mood to start watching some Broadway shows just when this whole event situation began. It's a real shame. And damn, it is cold here. Not cold, just windy. Hamilton. And yeah, a lot of these restaurants and places to eat, bars and stuff are still closed in this area that are pretty dependent on the theater district. Huh. I don't really have too much comments about this place. I really don't need people looking through my trash and the freaking vans waiting outside my building. So let's just keep walking. It's another theater with banners for other stuff over here. Imperial. I know some Broadway play from the past that I've seen. I've seen a few, but definitely not as many as other people have. One of my friends actually, I could probably name any freaking play to her, and yep, seen it. Hey, check that out. Mounted police. And I believe they're, if they haven't relocated, the area they actually have their stables is actually towards 10th Avenue, I believe, not too far from the Intrepid, along 42nd and 43rd. Maybe someone can definitely call me out and let me know if I completely botched that location up, but I could remember I used to walk around that area quite often many years ago. And yep, that's where I believe I must have seen one location of theirs. A little HQ, so to speak. So I'm going to take a guess that that's where they came from. Plaza, New York, Times Square Hotel. I see some lights. Can't tell if it's open or not. These look like some entrances and they look closed, so I'm not gonna bet it probably is, unfortunately. There's the Biltmore, another property. Over there somewhere is a couple of actual bar locations. You can actually eat on the roof and whatnot. It's actually kind of nice. Really enjoyed it. Oh wait, that's not a property. That's a luxury hotel. And I used to know somebody who used to live up here. I forget which freaking floor, but it was in the 20s. So she probably knows who she is if she's watching this. Haha. Welcome back. Maybe I'll just walk by and peek inside for a moment. Yeah, nice little recreation room where I was watching a movie. Oh yeah, and they're still leasing, guys. Not for me though. Some more theaters here as well. Buffalo Wild Wings. Used to actually go to not this location but other locations. It's been a while, man. I'm not sure if it's too dark, but up there you can see a W Hotel sign, completely blacked out. This building looks completely darked out too, so This is the unfortunate situation going on here, and you know, hopefully, and you know, regrettably to some degree, slowly recover, but there will be a recovery. It's just going to take some time. Hotel Edison looks like it's closed. Big lobby entrance. Is that Bake My Melissa location? Yeah, sure is. Really small, but kind of cute. Dos Caminos, I've been there a couple of times here, and the other location around 51st or 49th in Lexington. It's that tickets booth over there that's clearly closed. Used to know someone who used to work there, and yeah, he wasn't a big fan of working there, fortunately. Almost looks like Olive Garden's opened again. Somewhere around here is actually, if anyone's curious, I'm actually using a DJI Pocket 2 camera over here to film. And there's an actual DJI store around here somewhere. I just don't know which avenue it's on. I'm gonna guess 6 or 7. But if I see it, I'll definitely walk over to it. Checked out a couple of drones there some years back. Smell some shish kebabs. Gyros. Or as one of my friends called me out saying, it's not gyros, it's gyros. That's how they say it. Yeah, sure, okay. Here's the Crown Plaza Hotel in Times Square, which, yeah, from what the GM tells me is still closed, and you can actually see the sign over here that says that. And this is where one of the New York Sports Club gyms that I used to go to quite a lot. You can actually see the banner there, which is unfortunately half ripped off by now. So. But, you know, we'll see how things change one of these days. We're probably going to walk into the CVS for a moment, and you can actually just get a little view here, and I'll do a little pan shot of the Times Square area again. So yeah, you know, almost looks hella more lively nowadays. That's the bar, I think, is still closed. Garden Theaters over there. Hugh Jackman. I actually heard that just his presence in that play alone really brought in a lot. I'd pick this thing up maybe in the moment. Well, anyway, hope everyone liked this little quick walk through the area. Not so interesting weather, but pretty interesting 50-degree weather. Around the rest of the country though, different story, and I hope everyone's doing okay. I love New York. Thanks for watching, guys, and as always, stay safe. Wow, it's getting late.